Coming up in this episode.
So today we have this. It's a bum cleaner and it fits to your toilet like the toilets in Japan. So what you have to do is fit this onto here. So I need to take the seat off and then pop that in. But I'm going to need to cut this pipe end up here. So basically it's supplying water into the pipe that goes into that and then continues on up to the toilet or the cistern as it normally would. Here are the parts. So that needs to be fit on there. A tap on here to supply forward or back. Put that there, sit it away, and then we've got the pipes that need to go in. So let's open those up. So here are all the parts. Those go on there. It allows you to slide it to move it into position better. This is the supply pipe. Which, just let me show you here, screws into here. Just here. This side. So yeah, you can see here, this goes on here like this, but if this thread doesn't fit there, I'm going to have a problem. And if I do, I'm going to have to put the pipe down here, which is fine. I can cut the pipe and I can fit that on, but I don't think I've got all the correct bits to attach there and there, so I'm banking on that actually working. So there's that. It also comes with a little bit of PTFE. Is it PTFE? Yeah, it's PTFE for the threads, which is good, although I have brought some with me. In fact, let's get those off and I'll show you the tools that I'm going to be using. So these are the tools. I've got a spanner and mole grips to unscrew that. Mole grips on there to hold that while you're turning the nut with the spanner. I've got this, if I do need to cut it and make it extend it at any point, I've got this, which is a push fit. I've also got this, which is I found in my spares, which may well suit the purpose on here. I've got some PTFE tape now, bought my own, and here's the pipe cutter, which pops out like that, goes around there, clamp it shut and then keep turning and it cuts the pipe. I did additionally bring, which I can't seem to find now, must be downstairs, some sandpaper, because obviously in order to fit these properly you need to take the paint off. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fit this pipe onto there, and I'm also going to fit this part onto here. So what we'll do, we'll start by wrapping some PTFE tape around here and around here. I would have thought there would have been a washer inside there, because, oh no, it's that side. Right, that's that. Okay, right. Let's get started. I'll wrap the PTFE around there, around here. Now, a plumber friend of mine told me many years ago that you should do 10 wraps around there, but I've found that by doing that it makes it too bulky and tightening up is a bit tricky, so I always go for 3, but between 3 and 5 wraps is more than adequate. Tighten this up. I'm just going to give it a couple more turns just to make sure it's nice and tight. You can see that. Bear with me. Okay, that is on, super secure. So the next bit is to tighten these up. Let me try and position the phone. That's not going to work. Okay. make sure the washer's in there. Okay, so this is where we're going to use the mole grips, because we're going to need to keep this tight while we turn the spanner. So put the mole grips on. No, they're not tight enough. Let's tighten up a bit. That's better. Right, okay. Now we need to clamp that. So do a bit more, a bit more. There we go. Right, that's clamped. Okay. Let's get the spanner and start tightening. Please hit like. If you don't, I'll pretend I'm not offended. Okay, that is done. Next. That's a bit back to front. Turn that. Right, I think the next thing I'm going to do is fit it to the toilet in situ and give it more stability while I fiddle around. So to unscrew the toilet seat, underneath here, and this is the same for the majority of toilets. I can't even get the camera on that. Can you see that? It's a bit dirty under there. Ah, here we go, right. See, under there. You have this washer that needs unscrewing. So I'm going to unscrew both of those now. So, phase 2. Put that in place, push that back as far as it would go. Swap those on there. And then we put that in there. I think I've got these right. I'm hoping I've got them the right way around. Oh dear. Yeah, hopefully that's correct. But I just check the toilet. Just make sure that. No, I've got them the wrong way round. Okay, so that's in place. Lovely. We have this, which I'm going to attach to there. What I'm proposing to do is bank it on this fitting. So I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to cut this pipe here around here, and then I'm going to use the push fit and cut there and use the push fits on there, and hopefully that's okay. If it's not and it doesn't fit, then that cut there I'm going to have to screw this on somehow, but I'll worry about that when I get to it. Okay, I've cut this pipe and put on this coupler. This is all tightened. The threads seem very, very odd and very, very tight, but I have tightened up so it is up nice and tight. I've just got to tighten up this one again because I kinked the wire previously. I need to tighten up. Right, but finally what I'm going to need to do here is mark that off where to cut it, and then somehow I've got to get this pipe into there, which is going to be a little bit tricky given that this is all solidly in there now. Okay, let's get to it. I made the cut on this pipe, but there wasn't enough room and play in there, so I had to unscrew this, take it off, and then I fitted this inside there, this inside there, and then I managed to unscrew under here to lift up the inner mechanism to give me a bit of play, so I could actually push it in into the compression joint and tighten it up. So now all I've got to do now is finish and tighten up this top bolt to stop the leaking out of there, and then we can turn the water on and then see if I've flooded the house or not. Not my house, but hey, And there we go, all finished. No leaks. Lovely jubbly. And I won't turn it on full because it'll fly in my face. Okay, that. And there's that. It is more powerful than this. It's just that I'm not doing it the full amount. Jobs are good. Bye for now. See you in the next one.